This is the Biofuel video project by Kyle Wynn. The biofuel I have chosen today is ethanol and is known because it is made by corn. Alright, on with the history of ethanol. It was first used in 1826 to power an engine, and then it began to be blended with gasoline in the 1920s and 30s. And then it became in high demand because of the fuel shortage in World War II. And from then on, ethanol has been continued to be mixed with gasoline. Corn, how's it grown? The specific corn species that is used for ethanol is chosen due to the factor of starch variety. So they want high starch. And then corn is planted in the spring. Precision planters are used for optimal efficient spacing when planting the corn, and then fertilizers are used to quicken the growing. Harvest is always in the fall, and corn is then stored for ethanol after it is harvested in the fall. Alright, ethanol. How is ethanol made? It's made through two processes, dry milling and wet milling. But first, let's talk about the photosynthesis. Corn uses photosynthesis to create glucose for energy. And then next is dry milling. That's basically when the corn is ground into powder called mash, and the yeast is added to ferment the mash. And the wet milling is used when corn is soaked in a dilute acid to soften, and then starch is separated and then fermented. Both of these processes use fermentation, which is a form of respiration where the yeast cells metabolize sugar anaerobically to produce ethanol. How could you choose one over the other? First, dry milling is cheaper and simpler. Next, wet milling has a higher yield per bushel of corn and can produce co-products which can be used or which can be sold to make the process more profitable. Like it can make corn oil or corn syrup. Developmental status of ethanol currently. Ethanol is widely available and is used a lot in modern times. It is commonly blended with gasoline to reduce emissions and for fuel. What is the impact of ethanol to carbon footprint? Ethanol is considered to be carbon neutral because carbon dioxide released when it is burned is around equal to the carbon dioxide absorbed by plants, corn, during photosynthesis. What is the impact of ethanol to the economy? First, the positive side. It reduces reliance on fossil fuels, and then it creates jobs, and then it increases farm income. On the negative side, it causes higher food prices, and land use is changed. It's reallocated. The awareness of ethanol. Currently, public campaigns launched by the government agencies are used to highlight benefits of biofuels. Policy support is also used as well. For example, the RFS Renewable Fuel Standard mandated blending of biofuels with gasoline, which indirectly educates the public by increasing the availability of these renewable energy sources / ethanol to the public. What should the next step be? It should be investing in research and development and enhancing sustainability of ethanol. Although ethanol is already renewable, the processes of growing, harvesting, and producing ethanol are not. And then after that, what you should target is research and development, which would help find ways to make ethanol production more efficient and higher yields for less corn used. In a perfect world, what would the plan be? What should the plan be? First, it would be to equip all stages of production with renewable energy sources and upgrade the infrastructure to efficiently move biomass and even the distribution of ethanol to across America and the world. And the end, that is ethanol.